snow through the window, by the window, that is where I'll be. Come tiptoe through the tulips, with me.
Halloween, 10:47 p.m. The last trick-or-treaters, glowing like embers under the streetlights, were fading into the depths of the suburb. The air, once filled with laughter and shrieks, now hung cold and still. My wife Sarah and I were latching the gate, our long distorted shadows stretching across the driveway. Perfect night, Sarah exhaled, picking a strand of decorative cobweb from her hair. Yeah, I replied, but a knot tightened in my stomach. Nothing was perfect. Since morning, a nagging feeling had clung to me, persistent as a mosquito at the ear. A feeling that we had missed something important. Our house was a neighborhood legend, not the kind you take kids to for candy, but the one they cross the street to avoid. We didn't just decorate it, we brought something to life within it. Gothic candelabras in the windows cast dancing shadows, creating the illusion of movement in empty rooms. The howl of the wind in the vents was complemented by a faint, barely audible whisper from the speakers, a whisper I didn't remember recording. "Where's Liam?" I asked, carrying a basket of leftover candy inside. "He's in his room," said he was tired. Liam was 9. And he had been anticipating this Halloween with a peculiar intensity. He had designed and built his own costume, the No-Face from a Japanese folktale. Just a black cloak with a hood and a perfectly smooth, featureless white mask. He had practiced for weeks, standing perfectly still, breathing so his cloak wouldn't rustle. He didn't just want to scare, he wanted to instill a deep, primal dread. I went upstairs. His bedroom door was slightly ajar. Inside, only the light from his monitor was on, casting a cold blue glow on the figure by the window. Liam stood with his back to me in his terrifying costume, staring into the darkness. "Son, you okay?" I asked. He didn't move. "Liam!" I took a step inside. The air in the room was colder than in the hall. My lips suddenly felt chapped. My skin ached as if from proximity to something icy. He turned, slowly, very slowly. The smooth white mask regarded me with its void, and that emptiness made me feel physically sick. "Dad?" His voice was flat, toneless, and seemed to come from under the floor. I saw so many tonight. They all wear masks, but underneath, there's nothing. Nothing at all. "Stop fooling around, kid. Take that off and go wash up." He tilted his head. The gesture was so unnatural, so avian, that it stole my breath. "I'm not fooling. I was watching. I saw the emptiness inside them. And then I saw the emptiness inside me, and it was looking back." He took a step toward me. I instinctively stepped back. What are you saying, Liam?" "I'm saying a mask isn't what you put on your face. A mask is what you show the world to hide that there's nothing underneath. And tonight, the masks can come off." He raised his hand and touched the edge of the white mask. "No," I shouted, but it was too late. He didn't take the mask off, he shifted it, as if it were part of his skin. And beneath wasn't his tan face, his freckles, his lively brown eyes. Beneath was the same perfect, smooth whiteness, the same void. "See?" he whispered in the same voice, but now it came from everywhere, at once, from under the bed, from the corners, from inside my own chest. I screamed. I bolted from the room, slammed the door, and leaned my back against it, my heart hammering, trying to break out of my rib cage. "Sarah!" I yelled. "Sarah!" She ran up from downstairs, her face frightened. "What's wrong? Is something wrong with Liam?" He's not Liam," I choked out. "It's something else." Sarah's face twisted not in fear, but in irritation. "Oh, for God's sakes, not your spooky bits again. Enough, David, you've been moping around all night. Liam," she called past me, "come out here, stop scaring your father." The door behind me opened quietly. I jumped away from it. Liam stood in the doorway, in his pajamas, sleepy, with his usual familiar face. "What, Mom?" He rubbed his eyes with his fists. "What did you do to your dad?" Sarah asked sternly. He looked at me with genuine confusion. "Me? I was sleeping. I even dreamed I was standing by the window, looking out. Then you came in and yelled. You scared me, so I hid under the bed. You looked so scary." An icy wave washed over me. He was asleep. He remembered nothing. "And the costume?" I whispered. "What costume?" Liam frowned. "I took it off this afternoon and hung it in the closet. It was itchy." I pushed past them both, rushed into the room, and yanked the closet door open. The costume hung on a hanger, the black cloak, and the perfectly smooth white mask. It felt cold, even from a distance. 3 days have passed since that night. Liam acts completely normal. Sarah thinks I overworked myself and had a hallucination. I almost want to believe her. Almost. Because tonight I awoke to a sound, a quiet scraping rustle inside the wall. I went to the wall, pressed my ear against it, and I heard it, a faint wet whisper coming from the vent, the same one that had played from our speakers on Halloween. And that whisper said, "I'm still here, and I'm hungry. The next mask I take will be yours."